пошлите дальше. Здесь тоже есть интересный момент.
Red, I can't manifest anymore.
Careful now.
An Ariadne's thread leading through the void. Very useful indeed.
Very useful right until it falls apart. Then you're stuffed like force meat in a turkey.
Ну, игра интересная, мне понравилась. Только сегодня вот что-то не записалось, получается, ролик. Решил его заново пройти, посмотреть, чтобы записать. И того сохранения то не найдешь уже. Ну, можно тут, говоря, как только найдешь этого пацаненка и сыграть, и все.
Creepy hideout. The governor's spawn likes a bit of drama.
Так, игра интересная, мне понравилась. Сюжет интересный.
This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you. Ugh. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased.
So, you can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost.
Сегодня
Amazing.
еще будем в турнире
How on
играть.
God's earth did you
По
find
Warzone.
me? Never mind
На
that.
другой
Thank the
площадке.
Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
As hiding places go, the void is quite the choice.
Yes, an amazing place. Oh,
Сколько я вам должен, Оль?
world? The Araloo is not
No,
easily
fine.
described. But it
3
makes
сотни,
a
да?
fascinating study. Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it. Of course you did. A good thing too. I was starting to think it was wise to meet Trix. Oh, but I have so many questions.
Будет в этом.
This
Сейчас
isn't a
скажу
social
тебе.
call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh,
Мы вчера играли,
Oh.
там, короче, дичь, короче,
of
была.
course.
В Unlimited, короче, группа в Дискорде Unlimited, они приглашают игроков играть. Ну, я не знаю, что
From the
там,
looks of
будет
this
призовой
place,
какой,
you're
нет,
knee-deep
но
in
мне
research.
особо в этом нету
What are you
разницы.
doing here
Мы на
exactly?
интерес решили. Мы вчера зашли,
Searching for the
короче,
origin of
на...
the Harrow's plague, of course.
Как он?
And I have a theory on the subject.
Пресс F
Of
называется.
course you do.
Группа
Go
Squad,
on then.
понял?
Now at first, I
Втроем
believed
играли,
the water
и
poisoned, but my father
парень,
sealed the well, and yet
он
folk
играл
remained
с
sick.
игрового клуба
They
компьютерного.
looked for witchcraft, a
Это
foolish,
самое.
uneducated suspicion, yes.
Но ему не
but the
разрешали
same
там
truth
установить
concealed
Discord
behind
на
it.
компьютер. Играл
You
вот этот.
see, the Araloo taints
И
New
они
Eden.
нас забанили за то,
Its
что он не
influence
может
leaches into
стримить
the
в Твиче
Harrows. The
турнир
evidence
этот,
is
понял?
everywhere.
Всю команду.
Can you prove that? Where's your evidence?
In New Eden, the
Мы в
threshold
техподдержку
between our
написали, что
plane
ну
and
такая
this is
ситуация,
thin.
как бы, ну,
Even
непонятная.
I, a novice, may reach
Она
the
говорит, ну это
frontier
типа
and
не
then
мои
go
проблемы.
beyond.
Ну,
I
понятное дело,
also
что не твои
believe it
проблемы.
happened before.
Но ты организуешь
Some
турнир,
years
у
ago,
каждого
New
человека
Eden
может
was hit
там
by
свои
another
проблемы
epidemic.
какие-то быть.
Yes.
Потом начали играть, там
We
сервер
landed
лагал,
at Fort
выкинуло.
Jericho.
Вообще один я
I
играл,
believe that
и,
first
ну,
epidemic was
загрузился я
caused by
один
the
против
porosity
троек,
of the
короче.
frontier between New Eden and the Araloo. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a
Будет
corruption
в
of
8
mind
вечера.
and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink. on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
You've based all this on a peculiar smell.
Well,
Ну,
not
как
only
тебе сказать?
also observation,
Особо там ничего такого не
experience,
сделал.
elimination of other
Ну,
possibilities.
денег насобирал,
As a
комплект
banisher,
купил,
you surely
короче.
understand that the limits of our
Ну, занял
perception far
23
exceed the
место в той
bounds of our
игре.
normal attention.
Ну, заработал 4 очка,
As a
короче.
scientist, it's important to look
Ну, там,
closer,
конечно,
better
я
to
ничего бы не
understand
сделал
what the
особо
arrow
такого.
was really made of.
Что-то грандиозного, ну, понятное дело.
Unfortunately, I
Ну,
cannot
4
reach
очка
the
заработал
source.
за 23 место. Там
The
от
Araloo is a formidable
От
place.
23-го, то есть очки пошли больше. То есть
A
вот
maze
4 очка,
constantly evolving,
23 там
changing,
6, 8.
reshaping itself.
Ну и за килы,
The
короче, очки
isthmus, for
давали.
example.
Ну я там толком ничего
I
особо
found
не
an
сделал. Ну,
oozing
4 очка
crack in
заработал.
the ground. The terrain then remade itself, and I can get to it no longer.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through and take a look at that source.
Would you? That would be splendid.
И там что-то, короче,
Would you mind
было
taking
с
notes?
пингом, по-моему, какая-то ерунда.
You see ghosts.
Потому что
You
на
stroll the void as if it were your
убийстве,
garden.
допустим, на моей камере, ну, как я смотрел, понял, там немножко было по-другому. А чувак, который меня
Who are
убил,
you, really?
у него по-другому
I'm
выглядела
Manny
эта
Haskell,
вся ситуация,
and I'm
картинка,
a man of
короче. Ну,
many
как-то не знаю, там,
I am in fact
там
a
парень
true
Олег
pursuer.
играл, который со мной в команде, он говорит, что
raises more
они там через
questions than
Польшу
it
как-то
answers.
подключались, потом на
What
Москву,
are the
короче,
pillars
ну,
of the
это,
universe?
ну, дичь.
Which principles underpin existence? As occultists, do we change the world or scratch upon its surface? Each discipline I embrace peels back a new layer of reality. I'm yet at the beginning and see where I already stand. Amazing, no?
Сегодня, может, что-нибудь другое. Там, вроде,
Are
как
you a
говорит, площадка
demonologist
получше.
like your father?
More or less.
Может, что-нибудь
Less,
другое,
more
по-другому как-нибудь сыграем.
My father sees occultism through the eyeglass of his
А,
faith.
ну, а
but I know
парень,
better.
который с нами играл, третий,
So,
Амир,
Also?
он, короче, написал организаторам, что он не может АБС установить, ну, ему не разрешают,
You believe.
потому что он играет в
I
компьютерном
believe in the
клубе.
afterlife.
Он
The
писал
proof
это
is
еще
about us.
до турнира, там, ну, за
And if the
какое-то
void
время, понял?
embodies eternal despair, there must
Это
too be
самое.
a
И
place
она,
of
видимо,
hope.
проверила это, ну, я не знаю, там, короче, фотка девчонки
I ask myself,
на аватарке, а
where?
пишет как от имени пацана, понял?
Your
И
father
это.
is
Они
convinced
проверили,
that
что он не
Witch was in his
стримит,
will.
короче, понял, стрим не
Caleb
ведет.
Watson was
И они
cursed
сразу
by the
его,
ritual you gave
ну,
him.
из-за причины того, что
I'd
его он не
focus
ведет
if I
стрим
were you.
в Твиче,
We must counter
ну,
the devil with
нас
knowledge of his
дисквалификацию
tricks.
бахнули. Нам.
That, my father always said, is the purest of God's work.
Спасибо.
Aye. I can imagine your father saying that.
When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his heir. Then, of a sudden, the books were
Ну,
forbidden.
посмотрю насчет этой игры,
So
что
I
ты мне
stole
написал.
the very same books he'd forced
Может,
upon me as a boy.
ну, эту пройду,
I
может, какую
understand
другую
them,
буду
where he
проходить.
does
Может, и в
not.
приоритете эту
I did
посмотрю.
no wrong, apart from a little theft.
We must talk of Caleb Watson. Why in the hell would you give him a resurrection ritual?
Ruth's death hit Paul
Я там
Caleb
на
hard.
ютубе выбросил,
He was alone,
ну,
so I
ролики,
would
премьер,
often stop by
ну,
his
заранее
workshop. We
вылаживаю,
talked.
но ставлю премьер,
took a
они
keen
там
interest in my
сами
studies
ролики
and was a good
появляются
listener.
по числам, короче.
When he learned that she could possibly return, he had one
Ну, я на 4
question.
дня вперед выложил, короче.
How?
Каждый день будет добавляться, ну, про эту вот игру.
Men bonding over bereavement and black magic. A pretty tale indeed.
I should have proceeded with more caution.
You shouldn't have proceeded at all. We have a witch hunt on our hands. You could face trial for this botched ritual.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it
Ну,
in
я
a
играл
copy
в
of
такие,
The
знаешь,
Occulti
как вот
Philosophia
Last
by
of Us,
Cornelius
вот
Agrippa
что-нибудь
von
такое, про
Nettersham.
зомби поиграть. Ну, тут тоже интересно,
Remarkable
про
book.
демонов каких-то.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists, and none owned an authentic Agrippa. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing. I doubt your copy is an exception.
Of course! The power is in the words, and mine were wrong, so the power went awry. How very fascinating!
Are you aware of what would happen if people learnt of your studies?
Surely the acquisition of knowledge cannot be a sin.
Ну, я не знаю, ну,
Will you still
я не
say
такие,
that when
знаешь,
Pendleton
страшилки там
accuses
люблю
you of
играть. Мне
witchcraft?
понравилась игра, я
You
в нее
must
поиграю.
remember,
Я могу
Deborah.
скачать, включить, она вот,
Miscellaneous.
ну, не нравится мне, я
Yes,
удаляю.
of course, I remember.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying. I might be in a tiny little bit of danger.
You've
Напиши
studied demonology. Did you do it
какую-нибудь
alone?
интересную игру, может мне
When my
понравится,
father forbade
посижу,
me to
постримлю,
continue, I
поиграю.
confess I disobeyed him in secret. Those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. Suddenly I could not get enough of their secret knowledge. Funny, eh? More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at the surface.
Who was your father's friend?
An itinerant Frenchman who often visited New Eden in recent years. He called himself a true pursuer. As a thinker, he was prolific and profound. My father was so proud to be included in his discourse. For him, knowledge is the ladder to greatness, and greatness is the
Торцов я
prize.
немного поиграл.
To me, knowledge is
мне не пошло.
itself the prize.
Брат говорит, что вот Секира ему понравилась игра. Он играл, мне
Let's go take a closer
прикольно.
look
Ну, я
at
тоже
that
думаю
ooze then.
попробовать.
And with that sorrow gone, I can leave. Do be careful. My home is your home. If you need anything, help yourself.
The Aralu is not your home, Lamy. But thank you.
What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void.
Antea, we should get going. So, the pious governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
I was as earnest as he. Ah, the rank enthusiasm of youth. It's sickening, really.
Ну, посмотрю, что ты написал, какие-нибудь игры. Может, что-нибудь понравится, поиграем.
I need a wee bit of help here. Well, that was not pleasant. Not pleasant at all.
Beware. Wards. Destroy those ghost wards if you want me back.
Хочу, знаешь, во что поиграть еще? В эту. Как они? Звездные войны или как они называются? Джедай вот этот. Survival, как он называется? Вот это.
Red, I can't manifest
Так,
anymore.
где это он, блин, спрятался?
Missed me?
Always.
Get back up.
Call on me.
It oozes through the breach. suppurates like a festering wound.
How delightful.
Let's see what lies on the other side. Where are we now?
Underground, looks like.
Wonderful.
The ooze affects the incarnate too. Who goes there?
Is that a ghost?
Ух ты,
I don't
куда он
know.
делся?
But I don't think we're alone. What might you be then?
What was...
Oh, shite.
Did you just say
Ох,
shite?
он, кстати, красный.
You?
Мгм. Ну я тоже как-то посмотрел. Я в первую часть играл, мне понравилась. Такая интересная была.
Is that a house from the Harrows?
И Survival
Maybe below
хочу
the well.
играть еще.
No wonder they all got sick.
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
Так, по идее, ну, много интересных таких. Я не то, что там на одной какой-то там. Спасибо. Ну, я не то, что зациклен там на страшилках каких-нибудь, там, на
Yes.
ужастиках. Нет, ну,
Something's
дела
here.
разные. По настроению, можно сказать.
What is lurking here?
Так,
Time to work,
так, так,
Banisher.
так, так, так.
Picking up something spectral nearby.
Look up. The ooze, oozed through the very stone.
Mr. and Mrs. Gibbs, have you read my paper?
I read it, aye. And then I washed my hands and prayed for grace. You claim to prove that there is no curse. Well,
A witch would say that, wouldn't she?
Wherever people gather to live, disease takes hold, and I believe... What are you doing?
your evil lies shall be destroyed. We know who you are, and you shall be judged. Witch!
That was Deborah. She built a case for her rationality, and they tore it apart.
And of all of them, just this one house fell down.
Maybe it was personal.
Could this house have been targeted by the ooze?
Obviously. Look around you.
вовремя ему парировать.
I have another in sight.
This house belonged to a certain Antipas and Clemency Gibbs.
Так, что здесь, что здесь тебе не нравится?
Mrs. Gibbs, I presume.
Опять стоит челик какой-то, наблюдает за нами.
What do I want? Red, something is keeping me from manifesting.
In here? Ah, shite.
Так.
Wards, think you can fend for yourself?
I see a ghost ward. What are they doing down here?
I don't think so. Ghost wards cannot manifest. Better.
You're welcome.
Now let's inspect the body.
Вот эта бабушка, она вообще злая какая-то. Она очень быстрая, во-первых. Она и бросается, и стреляет, и клыки выпускает. Ух ты, броня разбила. А этот вообще тоже 2 удара.
Standing by.
Уф.
Someone didn't want to stay dead.
Плесень стала черной, жидкой. Черная жижа повсюду, люди хворают, болеют. В больнице уже дышать. Не течет кровь изо всех щелей, даже из тех, которые говорить неприятно. Понятно. Все болеют, короче, из-за этой жижи.
Clemency Gibbs blamed the epidemic on a witch. Come from New Eden time with the governor.
That's not what Deborah was saying.
The Gibbs were not at home to rational explanations.
Здорово, братишки. Как ты, что ты, где ты?
See anything?
Either the water table is full of ooze, or there's another source.
Let's search upstream.
Как сам? Чё нового?
Change tack.
О, промазал, блин. Работаешь, всё. Понятное дело. Чё там, как Геннадий? Нормально все? Понял, понял.
Over there.
Чё там, Рома? Как Рома?
Elusive little
Где он
buggers.
вообще?
Off we go then.
Рома, как там? Никуда не поехал, вот,
That
брат.
corpse is gonna shoot.
Лазит где-то. В командировку не поехал. После вахты. Бля, что-то заболел, нахуй, пиздец. Че у вас там погода хоть как? Тепло, не? Здорово, бандиты. Бля,
Don't
нельзя.
step in that. I
Лежать.
mean it.
Пострелял туда.
Find a way around then.
Иди уже нормально, танцор.
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here.
Those echoes we're hearing in the shadows.
They always appear near the ooze.
So do the whispers.
But which came
Ну, у нас тоже
first?
тепло. Вообще сейчас, Коль, показывают на телефоне плюс 10, короче. Ну так тепло на улице, да.
The whispers say the same things over and over.
What kind of entity would be so obsessed?
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
That Spectre's looking for a body. Watch out! Spectre possession. You're within
Ну,
gun
по
range.
чалкам наляпал прикладом.
Spectre going for a meat suit.
Try this on for size. This looks perfectly drinkable.
Famous last words.
Why hasn't the poison spread to the groundwater?
Perhaps it shifts and shapes, like the void.
Вчера,
Well,
когда
at
играли
the very
турнир,
least, it
забанили.
shifts. Looks like the ooze comes from a distinct source. I feel the dark curse or spell we found already.
We should find that ritual Seeker told us about. I've kept her notes about the hut location.
Сейчас расскажу. Ну, короче. Вот. Нет.
Gunpowder.
Ну, там надо было, чтобы у всех троих игроков был этот стрим на Твиче, понял? Парень с нами третий, короче, пришел, который играть. Его не было. Понял? Он играл на компьютере, в компьютерном зале играл. Понял? Но ему не разрешали там устанавливать. Он взял, написал организаторам, типа, ну, что мне не разрешают устанавливать. Ну, за это, заранее. И это. И его, короче, его и нас, всю команду, короче, сняли с турнира. Сегодня в 9, в 8 часов будет другая. Ром турнир.
This whole country
Ну,
is
там
rotten
в
to the
Твиче
core.
есть видео, там,
And
что
you're
играли
just
вчера,
now
можешь
reaching this
посмотреть.
conclusion.
If
Как
I
я там
wanted
страдал.
your opinion, I'd give it to you.
Perhaps if you gave me the space to have one, then we'd both be better off. Someone came through here, someone real, not just a shadow.
Ну, просто интересно было поиграть с другими людьми тоже, знаешь, как-то поучаствовать.
Whoever it was, looks like the
В
ooze
этом
gone.
весь прикол был.
What do you think, Antea?
You wanted the space to have your own opinion. I'm giving it to you.
This must be Antipas Gibbs. Hell of a fall to live through. Now join in any time, Antea.
What do you think I'm doing?
This is God's land. How could we let a witch come to our community? Instructing our children, no less.
'Tis no surprise. New Eden brims over with backsliders. The governor, chief amongst them.
Aye, many had to sicken and die for him to act. But the deed is not yet done.
Приедешь, тоже будем с тобой рубить его.
Lord's good fight and cast the devil out for good.
На каком-нибудь турнире.
Many want to try the witch, aye, and many want to see her dead.
Ты, блин, какой-то охреневший парень.
Did we miss a few? This isn't over yet.
Успел уйти. Короче, надо с этой жижи выйти. Полетели, друзья, товарищи, в разные стороны. О, ты чё?
Ask for help if you need it. Can I join in too?
Piss off! Those things came from the ooze. They're like those oriental shapeshifters we fought in Bremen.
Or liquefy. This is something else. The ooze.
Да,
The
Warzone.
Gibbs were so angry. Pure entitled bigotry.
Maybe they were affected by the ooze. I mean, we've been snapping at each other since we got here. Someone's still in with us.
I think they made the ooze. I don't think the ooze made them.
This is it. This is the source. How do we get to it? Silence and the campfire. Just what Dr. Duarte ordered.
Сейчас будет босс. Откуда я знаю? Потому что я сегодня уже играл, Коля, а видео не записалось ни хрена, понял? Черный экран, блядь, был. Я решил заново пройти, потому
Something
что...
tells me this is the condemned well. Do you think you could get that bucket down? The bucket is tainted.
Ведро это, где это ведро? Подожди, ладно. Да, Коль. Вот именно, что я тоже так сказал. Wait.
A ghost left a fragment of their past here.
Было, не рви мне сердце, нахуй, Коль. Вот эта
The
хуйня была.
devil still breathes to her mouth. We are cursed, and you are stolen.
Clemency, Antipas, please. The woman has been jailed. As per custom, she will face trial and justice will be brought to this community.
Coming from a magic user himself. But can you or your demonologist discernment really be trusted?
How dare you insinuate such blasphemy? I'm a man of faith.
Какой-то чувак там ходит в шляпе красной, нахуй. Понял?
Then do what God commands of you. Governor, we ask for safety. If we do not get it, there will be consequences.
The governor used Urim and Thummim, and that made his flock suspicious.
Divination
покажу
stones.
тебе.
He must have thrown them down the well when he sealed it. Why now?
Hiding the evidence perhaps of his role in the witch trial. They connected him to the demonology he used to reinforce his authority.
That echo proves that things were getting out of hand. For his son's safety and his own,
Не видно, короче,
Oscar
его.
must have feared the
Свалил
suspicious
куда-то.
mob. Well, this can't be good.
Who are you?
Who are you, бля?
If we speak, so you listen?
Impudence! Provocation! Read the charges! Let Urim the faith. You have blood on your hands and weakness in your heart. Guilty! Swore to vanquish evil. You conspired with witches.
Sworn to banish all ghosts. Instead, you embrace one.
The charges. Cowardice, oath-breaking.
Вердикт виновен. Труд, отношение клятвы, обман.
The sentence.
Страдания, мини...
I am no witch hunter. Never was.
Сто 30, 50, 90. Это интересный урон у меня. Вылез. Ты понял, кто это, Коль? Это же я, нахуй. Ух ты.
It's working. Keep at it.
Вот ХП, глянь, дал ему. Тварь.
Don't let the ooze get back to its shadow.
I forgave myself a long time ago. You can't have this, wood.
Опять.
Messing about, am I?
Куда он исчез? Что за хуйня? Фризы какие-то, блядь. Где ты? Иди сюда, нахуй, пес. Что за дичь, блядь? Не, его надо похнуть, понял, этим ударом. Он исчезает, видишь? Вот, блядь, и опять он падает и пропадает. Вот он, видишь? Вот. Да ты типа, ну, сам себя убил, понял, короче. Анте, ты мошенница, хладнокровная, обманщица. Сейчас будешь с девкой сбиться, понял?
Ghosts are dangerous, and I've no reason to show mercy.
Она вообще вот это прикольно бьет. Крови-то летит в разные стороны, понял такая.
Bloody shadow. This thing is mine.
Видишь, и хп сразу. Приплыла эта жижа вонючая и сразу ей хп дала. Промазал. Какой турнир, попасть не могу в голову.
This just won't do. I'll take care of it. You won't do that again.
Блять, сразу половину жизни восстановила, ты видел?
This thing is mine. This is going to vex me. Let me.
Ну, да ударь ты нахуй этим. Ты глянь, что он делает, идиот.
Died to help New Eden, and still we fight this battle.
What more do you want from us? I'll take care of this thing.
Пизда, жизни нету, прикинь.
I think this one is mine.
Все, я труп, короче. Ну, блядь, как... Они вдвоем сразу бьются, ты понял? Все. Ладно, сейчас по-другому сыграем.
Hunter, never was.
Bloody hell. Is that me? Cheap dragon. What the hell just came out of that shadow?
It's working. Keep at it.
Fight myself today.
Дать ему хп. Ну, блин. Выключай. Спасибо, блядь, брат. Поддержка, бля, ну. Ты понял, мужик, поддержал, блядь.
Ghosts are dangerous, and I'd no reason to show mercy.
Прикол.
Your strikes do nothing. I can sure as hell try. Let me.
Собака.
This thing is mine. Damn you.
Зачем? Я проходил уже сегодня. Просто видишь, я затупил, у меня я в начале самом много этих потратил, хпшек этих потратил. Мне надо сначала пацана убить, я думаю, потому что он...
Magic is only a tool.
Бля, ну вдвоем они мне, конечно, тут лупят нормально. Бля, вот она прыгнула, конечно, под пулю, коза.
I'll take care of this thing.
Видал? Фу. Пыль.
The guilty are known. Now justice is ours.
Теперь мы совершим правосудие. Короче, этот мужик, который вот перо держал, он сам на свою деревню, понял, навлек вот эту чуму. Что колодец затравили, люди начали болеть, короче. Из-за того, что казнил девчонку, там, понял, ну, не, учителя, короче, бабу учителя. Люди начали, типа, она ведьма, ведьма, понял. Дал мне, тут дали плащ какой белый. Так, предметы. Мари. Фуф. Пушка, пикарда.
Enough. Can we please
Не
get out
хватит,
of
давай
here?
идем отсюда. Давай уйдем. Туда-то пойдем. Короче, сын этого чувака, вот, которого, понял, с пером стоял, типа. Он там тоже, короче, причастен ко всяким таким.
Feel powerless. We're always one move behind. Justice miscarried here.
Of course. That's it. I know what that was. Such spectre of injustice has a name. The mythical infamy. I've only read about them. They're so rare, most think them a myth.
Ignorance caused this. A raging epidemic drove them out of their minds. Unable to look within, they pointed the finger.
And so a terrible ghost was born, and sickness piled on sickness. Haskell has so much to answer for.
Ну, концовка это концовка, брат, но...
Picking up something spectral nearby.
Смотри-то, вон. Ай-яй-яй. Интересно же самому пройти, поиграть. Я не смотрел ничего, ну, на ютубе, ни концовок, ничего не смотрел. Зачем, ну? Ты в данный момент играешь, нахрена это надо? Даже интереснее самому пройти-то все. Курточка, видал, леопардовая какая. Ух, блин. Да базара нет, что некогда. Ты в выходном туда играешь. И то сейчас лето, сейчас не посидишь. Надо то-то, баню надо доделать. Прикалываю. Какие тогда играть? Warface или Call of Duty? Call of Duty тоже, знаешь.
Did you feel that?
It's close.
Тоже уже, знаешь, как поднадоело.
That down there, it was... I was tense. I was impatient.
The infamy's doing, not yours.
No. Doesn't change the feelings.
Ну какие
I never
другие
thought I could feel such anger again.
They were Deborah's feelings, not yours.
Нервы надо. Секиру играл.
How refreshing it is to the soul to be at once. One thing above all else, my friends, is true. The wicked are at odds with themselves.
Oh, good. He's elated.
The Lord's promise of salvation from hell pleases them. The Lord's salvation from misery and sin here on earth does not.
This doesn't look like salvation from misery and sin.
The wicked pray for deliverance from the fires of hell, while piling the kindling high. They proclaim their love for their Lord, yet, in His name, they serve themselves. Their self-regard crumbles in the light of their hateful iniquities.
So true.
Mr. McCraith, my friend, I'm so glad you agree.
Девку ни за что убил.
I have your answers.
What? Yes, good. Perhaps we should discuss this privately, if you'll give me just a moment.
It's quite the story. You might not wish to hear it. Neither may the good people here.
И сынок его тоже там такой тип, тоже нормально.
Please, this is not the time.
Он хотя бы искал выход
Banishers
какой-то. Бля, он тоже, по сути,
Tell
виноват.
them, Red. Tell them good.
Aye. There's a story that starts with a question. A question for you, Governor. And maybe for all the good people of New Eden. If I give you a witch, will you do what you did to Deborah Comenius?
Comenius, say you? The school teacher walked with the devil and paid the appropriate price. That's the beginning of the history and also its end.
Is it, though? Now, I've learned much about Deborah Comenius and what happened to her. And it tells a very different tale.
Другая история.
And what story, pray
Что же
you,
это за
does
история,
it tell?
скажите мне? История об одном человеке, история о женщине. Что сказать ему-то? Об одном человеке.
It tells the story of a man, a latter-day King Solomon. When plague struck his subjects, they turned to him for guidance and protection, for they were God-fearing folk, and he was a godly king. The king's captain walled the sick away, but the plague spread on. The people grumbled. The king thought he might fall. He needed a sacrificial lamb.
You lose the run of your tongue, Mr. McCraith, and of the head to which it's fixed. There was no lamb. There was a trial, fair and lawful.
You're a pompous coward.
Вы напыщенный трос и пососки ему на борода.
There must be a man to judge, or there is no order. A man to make the judgment and a man to enforce it. Of all people, you know this.
I live and let live. I choose only for the dead.
I choose for the living. These people are sinners, sir, and must be led back to the light. This is my mandate, my duty.
Вы балуетесь магией.
Admit it. You toy with magic. You don't understand.
You, sir, are jealous.
Вы, сэр, завидуете мне. Я, сэр, устал.
I've
Выполняю
done
свою
my
работу,
job,
выполняю.
fulfilled my contract. I
Выполнил
found the
свой
source of the
договор.
curse. The
Нашел
poison
источник
below the well is
проклятия.
no
Под
more.
колодцем
No thanks to
был
you.
не яд.
Aha!
Ага,
Poison
значит,
was then.
это был
The
яд.
weapon of the wicked, to weaken the people's will. What was it? Belladonna, Hemlock, Foxglove?
Betrayal. Truth unspoken.
Предательно невысказанная
Secrets and
правда.
lies. Wrongs,
Тайная
basically.
ложь.
Your wrongs. The
Ваши
wrongs you
поступки.
visited upon Deborah Comenius. The wrongs that led to her death.
She died at the hand of the body politic. She died at all our hands. Most of all, she died at her own.
She died because she would not
Она умерла,
submit.
потому что не покорилась.
It was not my plan to kill her, stupid, stubborn woman. Why did she not confess? I would have
Потому что не
granted
призналась,
clemency.
говорит.
I would have shown her mercy.
Я бы помиловал ее. Брат, что делать? Говори. Быстрее. Убить его. Брат, давай пиши, что там? Похнуть его, наверное, да? Я думал, да. То, что он, блядь, завали. Принял он.
You had the power to stop the madness, but instead you chose to let it run all the way to its barbaric conclusion. You brought the curse.
Ну, он сам на себя обрушил, понял, проклятие.
Then you called we Banishers in to fix your mistake.
Сломилось
You
что-то.
boast of your knowledge of demons and spirits, but in truth, you master nothing. You're a peacock. All show and no meat.
Вы павлин. Одни перья, никакого мяса.
I'm not here today to bring justice. But this man, your governor, brought death to your doors. He deserves blaming. And shame on me if I don't do.
friends. Have I ever not served the interests of our community? Have I not protected you? Have I not loved you?
Вот и все, да. Погнали. Я хей, лейшер.
Death to the dead.
This is unfair.
Это
Is the
несправедливо.
evil gone for good?
Зло ушло навсегда.
Far from it.
Отнюдь.
Then, who will protect us?
Тогда кто нас защитит? Сынок его защитит он. Умный парень
I
вроде.
will. While Mr. McCraith fights the curse of New Eden, I will protect the people of the Harrows. Or at
По
least
крайней мере, попробую.
try. Now let's all return to our homes and pray for forgiveness.
Давайте
And
разойдемся по домам и
strength to bear the
помолимся прощения.
consequences of our actions. Your fee. One of the many debts my father left me.
You'd best put your own debts first, young Master Haskell.
Don't I know it?
Мне не знать. Давай, брат.
After all this, don't forget to rest.
После всего этого не забудь отдохнуть. Понятное дело. Наделал тут делов, ё-моё. Слияние. Урон по области.
So, what
Что
now?
теперь?
What did Ceridian say when we first met her?
Что сказала
Once
Сирена?
we'd weakened the nightmare's influence, we could use the void to enter its lair.
Deborah's grip on the settlers has diminished.
Вот Дебра уже.
We'll return to
Вернемся
Ceridian's
на остров
island.
Сирены.
From there, the void breach will take us back to New Eden town.
Just that, eh?
Well, yes, just like that. Something bothering you?
But aren't we rushing things a little?
Слишком торопимся.
We've lost too much time already. We have a nightmare to confront, remember?
Кошмар, ты не забыл?
Sometimes I hate the world.
Да, я ненавижу. этот
Another
мир.
free woman, bright, sensitive, kind, murdered by a craven rabble too weak to face its own mediocrity. Cowards hiding behind fake virtue. And for what? They won't even say her name. Why? Why her?
They know no better. They know only fear and hate what they cannot understand.
Especially when a woman is involved.
It matters not now anyway.
A woman died for nothing and it matters not?
That's not what I meant. But the lassie is dead. All we can do now is try to give her her rest.
Perhaps she does not want to rest. When I left Cuba, anything could have befallen me. I was bright, free, talented. Though I had the wrong tongue, the wrong sex, the wrong skin. I defied life. I expected so much more from the world. I was arrogant. Arrogant to believe I needed no one. To shut out my mother and experience curandera and listen instead to my sister.
Your childhood friend. What happened?
I had little and wanted more. A dangerous thing when you have our type of talent. Anything could have befallen me, but it didn't.
But something did happen. Something happened to Deborah, and then something happened to you, and now we're both paying that price.
You still have your life.
What's it worth when I'm no better than those cowards of New Eden?
Don't make this about you, Red.
I wasn't.
Обиделась она. Ну ладно. Жизнь,
Look,
конечно.
all this, it's a lot to endure. We're both exhausted. I know I am.
I cannot tire.
I know. I know how hard it's been for you.
You have no idea. None at all.
I'll do my best to understand, if you'll let me. We should have faith. Look at us. We'll get to where we're going.
Shut up, Red. Shut up. This isn't about what we have conquered or what we have achieved or how far we have journeyed. Look at us. Look at me. I loathe what I've become. Can't you see that?
I was trying to help.
Вообще ни за что, ну.
I'm sorry.
Хорош тебе нахуй обвиняться.
Stop apologizing.
Правильно.
Good night.
За пивом метнулась, видимо, нахуй.
Antea, I would have gone with you. Not funny. I have to walk to the stupid bloody island.
Придется идти до дурацкого острова самому.